Okay, I'm gonna try and make some pancake bread pudding. Let's see. First, obviously, gotta make pancakes. Might be a little bit of a roundabout way of doing it, but I only have a little bit of bread, so it's gonna be how it's gonna be done. That's beautiful. Those are some beautiful pancakes. The first one was not great, but you know, they just get a copy. Needed a little bit more water to thin it out.
You see that the conditions in those kinds of people, the second highest nutrition rate in the world at the time. The freezing winters, scorching hot summers, very intense, they actually take first one to kind of more urban structures with corrugated iron roofs. And they describe our ancient systems living in refugee camps waiting to distribute food and vegetables for meals. And the intent of dependence and press competition. But Gaza became part of the psyche understanding is a real center of the early 1950s onwards, and it was occupied in the course of the tripartite intervention of very war. After the president of Nasser of Egypt nationalized, so now easy country attack. And in the course of that, Israel occupied Gaza for 3 months. And many Palestinian writers talk about this, but they say that that was very formative in creating a Palestinian sense that not the West African people Arab nation, but not Palestinians and Saudi Arab, linguistically, culturally, and ties of family and teaching. Solidarity, very Islamic. But rather, Palestinians have particular, I'm very happy to see where this Palestinians have a specific role in the Handball struggle. The Palestinians struggle most keenly with refugees to return to their homes, they can see just their war. So, rather than the 1950s, very active communist movement,
Pretty good.
Many later publications of Pancake, the leading person in the revolutionary period, much of the leadership, the Arafat, Jihad, Abu Yad, Gaza 3 navies, were all based in Gaza at one time about war and other. And so, Gaza became associated not just with resistance to Israeli occupation, but also resistance to all of these international schemes that were trying to resettle and resolve the Palestinian question in ways that maintain the unjust status quo. So we're now hearing about one of these massive taking place in Gaza, about the death and destruction, being dissident of Palestinians under bombardment today. We're now hearing about an attempt to extract Palestinians to sign an existing industry scheme, but also existing in the 50s and the Palestinians resisted. And after the Israeli withdrawal, there was a UN peacekeeping force that moved Gaza for a short period of time, but a huge protest by Palestinians in Gaza refusing this, turning up and putting down the flag and after putting down the flag raising the Palestinian Egyptian flag. So Gaza became this hard to resistance for the separate Palestinians. So understanding the Palestinian specific role, because it was the first time Palestinians did fund the occupation and had seen in the day-to-day their environments.
Yeah, something you mentioned that 80% of people in Gaza are refugees, and the issue of refugees, the Palestinian question is a huge one, and obviously both the Palestinian side, as Palestinians have been from Jordan to Lebanon to Egypt, and then in sort of these internal, I guess, Bantustan is a lot of ways of either occupied territory or basically all occupied territory. And something that's I think really striking about the situation in Gaza is that, you mentioned a lot of these people, their sort of ancestral villages and homes are within, very short distance of Gaza, but movement and the ability of business out of those is completely non-existent. And I think that people generally have some idea, like the Gaza Strip is this area of land kind of maybe tucked away in the corner of the country between
Watch for those bubbles can help.
Egypt and the sea. But it's also been called essentially the world's biggest open prison. I mean, people can't leave. I know that there's been some, issues with work permits and things like that. And it's like, for the most part, people in Gaza, the majority of them are left, right?
Yeah, I think there is some coming and going. More recently, as you said, yes, some work permits are an issue. And there are some Palestinians who come, immediate Palestinians in Jerusalem, immediate Jerusalem, to get healthcare, getting special treatment. And there's some students that come and go through the border in Egypt. I have a number of friends who are coming and the social service minister, his wife's parents.
It's alright if they aren't perfect, since they're going to be sort of made again.
So there is some community movement, the vast majority of movement language. They've been brought up in a situation which, as you say, is the largest movement in the world. Some people describe it as a concentration camp. Really, it's the level of depravity of the Israeli regime and what it's attempted to do to the last thing with Gaza is organize one of the most shocking crimes in history. And I think, part of it is we're hearing now the explosion of conflict in the Middle East using that often reported across the media. But when I speak to people in Gaza, I hear from my friends, the things I found just shocking, like the day-to-day reality of living in a situation, like a possible walk in Gaza, is unbelievable. I remember many years ago, you went to report this, that by 2020 Gaza would be unlivable. What I came with, and soon being wanted to see that because the march of 10,000 people we went to people everywhere listening and walking around, that heads are cancerous to the roof of the vast infrastructure that contaminates water. So I think the reality of life there, before this devastation, bombardment, what's being now described as genocide is something that is the context on which this latest round of fighting is taking place. But to really imagine what that's like is something that is very difficult even for Palestinians who want Gaza, because you don't quite comprehend.
This just getting rid of eggs. I guess I could probably make eggs another way, but it was so good with the hot dog buns last time, and I got a bunch of pancake mix that will take me forever to eat.
Suicide rates,
I'm kind of interested to see how it turns out with the pancake too.
Explain what happened with this fire.
Yes, after the expulsion of 1948, the main concern for Palestinians would be the refugees to return to their lands. Those Palestinians left expecting to return in a period of time, and they took with them some belongings to those in the state of fighting, including famously their front door keys and the key in Palestinian culture to become a symbol of the right to return was a key or door. They expected to go back in 90 days, weeks, and most months, and we read all the literature about the post-1948 period. It is really the realization of Palestinians that this wasn't going to happen by requesting support from the international community. It wasn't going to happen just by allowing other countries and influence on the paper countries themselves. But even before Palestinians were responding to a national liberation movement in the 1960s, there was basic impulse as a Palestinian was to return, and they attempted to do so in lives. I really believe the basis of that person was just the heart of their hearts and come back. Other times they were trying to prevent us from doing so. And it was a very lot of what they call Palestinian citizens who, if you can go there, they're not allowed to go out. There's 3 villages in the north of the border there that were very cruelly destroyed in the 1950s in front of the villages. Who had repeatedly tried to return to them. And young women, somebody of the place, they go back and have weddings there, sometimes they try and raise their right to return to soldiers. So when Palestinian before returned to his home, they arrived in shot on the border, 5,000 people shot, attempting to do so, some killed in the first people, post-1948, all the way around now, bus back to the border. So there's a tradition in more recent Palestinians who organised marches of return, attempts across the border en masse. There was a famous attempt in 2011 when many came from the Golan Heights, and there's a video of this mass of people walking down the border, walking across the border, and there are these minefields, and all the Syrians are occupied by ISIS, and they're flying together, and they cross on less, because they see Palestine, and they want people. So they try to cross, and the mines don't go off miraculously. And one of them gets on the bus and goes to Tel Aviv, and you get an interview, it's very easy to and he says, yeah, I'm come back to them. And one of the guys was just carrying his grandmother, so he went to say, so these attempts to return after the issue with us. Practice, there was one that was organised in 2018 from Gaza, and they go every week. I can't remember how it works, but I think it was 6 months, and sometimes 10 months out of the week, and Israeli science position were instructed to shoot in order to shoot off people's limbs, arms, legs, and a few hundred person died, and 8,000 were lost limbs, lost legs. So this was an example of us having been long instructed by the West to do so, engaging in combat resistance with the response was special.
Yeah, I think the issue of return has such a sort of that's what's always struck me as one of the most kind of like perverse and ugly ironies of the entire situation, because as someone who's Jewish, right, I absolutely I know my family lives there, I know my family's from that region, lived in America for a very long time, in Europe before that, but I could get on a plane tomorrow and essentially apply for citizenship if I could get it. But somebody whose family has been there for generations is essentially able to leave whatever area they can relocate to. It's something that Israel has really been engaged in. You mentioned the UN living workstations, and I believe the UNRWA supplies. I don't know if it's a majority, but the unemployment rates in Gaza in particular are super high. The economy has been totally squeezed because of blockade and siege, and I believe they supply most of the food there and a lot of the aid there and other agencies. But one thing in particular Israel has really been pushing for on the international level is to essentially redefine refugee. In a very strict context, as somebody who was going to work with themselves in the 1940s, 1948, kicked out of the village, rather than somebody who was going to be born and any day like that, which is just really absurd. It's been one of the big political questions of Israel, especially at the UN.
Yes, I think that's a really useful point to bring up, because we don't understand the nature of the international system to which Palestine is subjected. So after 1948, two agencies to support Palestinians. This is before the 1951 UN Convention on Refugees, which established the UNHCR agency to gather refugees. But sometimes it's possible to set up specialist agencies. So before the Palestinians were arrived, the United Nations Relief Works Agency and the UNCCP, the UN Conciliation Commission of Palestine. And when it was to provide aid, the UNCCP was to provide access to what they say called international access to durable solutions. A durable solution is international for refugees, and they have a voluntary choice. They are allowed to choose whether to return peace to the country or rehabilitate it where they are.
Okay, turn off the stove.
Lost property, and even lost property, they fled the house of the so, I mean, without going into too much detail, there are specific mechanisms in international law.
Give that a little bit longer. We'll prep the rest of the stuff.
What Israel is constantly trying to do is, as you say the Palestinians, unless they're directly forced to speak about themselves, do not constitute refugees, and they're trying to go less than international law, which is not the case. All international executive space persons are considered executive space persons across generations. In many other cases in the world, that status remains until they have access to the majority solution, until they, as an individual, have a voluntary choice and can make a voluntary choice about where they want to go and go on. And in the case of Palestinians, the choice of return, I think, could be denied to them. And that's what they struggle for. And also struggle for Palestinian refugees, I was talking about Sinai as an example, but many other countries think you can force it. There's nothing per se wrong with the use of food.
Got all that off.
They say no, there's an issue with like we will call the region voluntarily. We have coercion, but there's also be some many refugee campaigns and organizers around things that happen in settlements of people to certain areas. And the anecdote, and there's a woman who's from a village, as you can exactly.
Okay. Now, the amount of milk can vary, but you probably do. Let's see.
So it's very different situation, it's not something colonial, it's not the same level of violence or anything like that. But what sounds surprising is she's described how her grandmother felt about it.
Let's do a little more than 1.5. Let's do like
at home is teaching
2
is our
cups of milk.
restricted by the right to return as a Portuguese
Okay.
state or something.
We put that into our mixing bowl. And then
But despite all of that, Palestinian government still know certain lessons what they from what happened from. They know, the lessons, what to wear. So much has been passed down generation to generation that people choose to forget. And that's
half
really
a
central.
tablespoon of
Everything
cinnamon.
about that's the thing.
Yeah, I think the point you bring up about just
Maybe a little less.
noise, or it's almost like
A little more, let's see.
inverted logic that has been used, especially in the Western press, obviously to normalize occupation.
Okay.
And the case that you bring up at the UN is just one of the ways in which the Israeli state is attempting to do that, and sort of like jurisprudence doing that. But I think
Vanilla extract. That is not on the top of my head.
has been unleashed, I guess,
Let's see.
has had such an effect of just sort of like turning
do a
these
dash.
completely natural instincts for people everywhere to want to return home or to have these connections to their home place, to their people, back on
That's funny.
Palestinians, as if it was
You
something
don't want it to be too much
just
because the
not
extract would be
foreign or,
strong.
even like
And then we got
2-minute stain kind of. And I think that's just one of the ways in which the application has been normalized. And I'm wondering if you can speak to
some
that
eggs.
that has been further
We might just be able to do the 3 eggs just to get rid of them.
Kind of just maybe I can get one really interesting example which came to my mind the other day because of how serious the
Little
situation
break,
was
but no shell.
is one of Wadi Kawad, which was a place in the north of Palestine that in 1953 subject to a massive
Another
social
little
death
break.
in
No shell.
at the time. And they were expelled in 1967. And also
And
seeing them kind of would never go, began to accelerate that standing.
let's see.
And would be was slower than accelerated the next lifetime.
Butter. That's the thing I'm forgetting. And I think we're at I think it's a little quarter of a stick around there. Two and change tablespoons if I'm remembering correctly. Maybe a little more. And you gotta melt this, but you gotta be careful melting the butter or it'll explode on the roof of the microwave. Ask me how I know.
speak about what we want for ourselves in terms of liberation. And when the Russian Revolution began, and in the 1960s, the slogan was liberation and return. And the liberation debate about that liberation was the liberation debate about the specificity of how we're integrating Islam, one state, essentially a democratic state, a national state. When you go through that, you see a really incredible ideas about how you can
Do the 3rd egg. I'll just leave it. And gotta do this nice and slow.
Those proposals were designed to see including the weapon was violent resistance that was represented something
Okay.
very interesting analysis about cycling. So I think that in the immediate terms, someone who watches the Western media also lives in Palestine and see how the Western talks about things. There is some the way you look at the world, you think about it, we talk about what we have for is completely instruments and in some ways to focus, particularly the situation of projects, propaganda projects, Israeli state, allies abroad, there's ways in which so particular Palestinians, but there's also the image of terrorists, the genocide language they're now using about Israeli state Palestine being conquered or Russia and very good. Pushing animals on the assessments.
30 seconds, that'll be it.
So yeah, I think all of this together are all part of the same colonial genocide languages used in order to unleash unbridled violence against Palestinians. And they need to turn into something which is less than human.
Yeah, I think that's the point we're seeking to.
I'm trying to remember if it's more butter. I feel like it is.
In the 1960s and 1970s,
Let's throw a bit more and try and get it to melt with it.
well, I guess by U.S., but also by a lot of reactionary regimes in the region, and of course Israel. Most of the
Kind of a lot of butter.
The Palestinian national movement were assassinated or eventually, the endless peace talks that were mostly by the U.S., but of course in Israel's favor, turned into the situation that we have today. And something here a lot of people don't know a lot about the situation I was talking about here is like there's this sort of flattening of the arrow, where it's like, people say, well, when there actually is no Palestinian division of Arabs, so like, why can't they live in Egypt? Why can't they live in Lebanon? Why can't they live in Jordan? And I feel like you sort of answered that already. That's like a very shooting obvious one thing anyone thinks about, but it's actually real visible lands. But yeah, I mean, the situation we have today, I mean, it really did not come out of a vacuum. And it seems like something that I noticed is through every sort of cycle of violence that the Israeli state engages in, there's sort of this amnesia where press and a lot of sort of commenters on it will basically just act like the history of the region is the Palestinians acting out in one way or the other, and Israelis having to reluctantly put down this violent trial, sort of this is the way to portray it. But the situation that has erupted over the last week is not coming out of a vacuum.
That's
And
me fine.
I'd like to ask about what were some of the things that essentially led up to what happened. You mentioned the March of Return, but there's also been, I know, increasing settler, not only settlements, but settler violence against Palestinians and attacks on holy sites around Palestine. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think what I would say is that the defining feature of the political oppression of Palestinians
Okay.
is this question of fragmentation. When people go south
And
in
mix this little batter
what
up.
was no interest from the homes, was to fragment us geographically
Let's see.
in British all states, with Palestine rules further afield, and also to fragment us politically, and divide us up into lots of separate people and whatever issues they was able to do for periods of time. And national movement was able to wage struggle for liberation. But that fragmentation is really at the heart of so much of the way that the Israeli regime focuses on Palestinians. It's a lot of different sets of rights.
Forgot to mention, pre-50.
In 1948 Palestine, you have a passport, you still get that confiscated, you deny any other rights. If you're resident here with an ID card, you're guardian with your ID card. But also you're subjected to different forms of violence. They operate in the same way, the national land on that land, but they operate in slightly different ways. And I think what Gaza has intended to be since 2007, when Hamas took power after it was elected in elections, in parliamentary elections in 2006, Gaza has intended to be object lesson of what happens when you refuse the dominant hegemonic Western imposed pacification of the Palestine.
You know what? Screw it. Last egg. Throw it in there.
Is a way of demonstrating what Palestinians disagree with. I think what's been happening.
Not great crack, but
it's
all right.
2007, and strikes and defense of Palestine that made more to break out of this. But that's where Palestine, you see lots of laws looking at nation state laws and to say only Jewish people, self-determined Palestinians, Arabs, anyone else cannot. You see the confiscation of land, which is accelerating, forcing people in a small part of the West Bank. Jews are more or less technically all the Jordan Valley as of the end of August. Near to where a few friends of mine live, there's the other day the cover of the fight which took place entire village, I think weekends, in my friend's house. They technically go to the people on the hill set up a tent, which they had them with. So you can see the space physically shifting around. And also, as you pass between places, in town, you can set things together. So for example, if you go to the receptors over there, they can stop you.
That's all mixed up.
North of the West Bank, settlers just slowly stop the woman and help them, and their small child.
And
Hustle down the shop. But again, the child, they might
next, it is going to be putting our pancakes in the batter. We're giving them a little tears, a couple tears. You still leave fairly big chunks, but load it up.
The transfer is to believe that there should be second effort immediately, and that argument is very strength, especially after this events. And the apartheid is to believe that if you continue with this sort of
Want it to be able to soak for a minute too.
areas, they don't have to bring about the transfer straight away. So that's the background context.
You mentioned the increasingly genocidal rhetoric coming from, I don't know, I guess the furthest right. It's hard to kind of describe how right-wing the Israeli government is, and it's also right-wing, even the non-right, technically right-wing parts are very right-wing. But I mean, there was one Israeli, I think it was the defense minister, I can't remember which official came out and said, that we are going to pursue a Nakba that will overshadow Nakba 48.
We'll see how this looks, and then I might leave the first kind of crappy pancake out and give it to Poppy or something. We'll see how it fills up.
Just from on stage things that where they had to at least sort of dress up in some of the kind of typical clothes that the religion has.
Okay, so this is what we see. I want to get it all dunked, mixed up.
Right.
So, I mean, I find it remarkable as a student of history, the extent to which the very well evidenced, easy to verify reality of what's place against us was really derived.
That's kind of what we're dealing with. A little bit of liquid is fine. It'll soak up or kind of bake into the corners. I guess that's kind of the pudding. Or the whole thing is pudding, if you think of it in a certain way, although it seems kind of an atypical pudding. I personally don't like breaking up the chunks too much into little granules. I like to have kind of strips of the bread, so to speak.
Maybe in general, I think progressive, we are an island in the jungle. Our culture has to make this kind of anyway. So I think what's quite significant about today's round is taking this in the context of this horrific genocide in Gaza. As someone who's heard this language used for many years, I guess I've not been so worried about being called a dog or a monkey, or being told that my culture and my history is that of savages. So much as we've been concerned with the fact that Israel are undertaking actions of ethnic cleansing.
Oven's all ready.
So, in many ways, the rhetoric part of it is the least of our worries. The narrow writing of why the rhetoric becomes so important is because they're saying it in a way that they didn't do it on the side only in the Hebrew media, so that they're still to internal audience, but they weren't actually happening to West Europe. They seem to say it openly in English
We got.
to Western audience.
I'm trying to decide if I want to put blueberries in it or not. I think I do. I'm gonna do it. Already washed them all. And there we go. And you know what wouldn't hurt? A bit of syrup.
And so more having more useful as a measure of what they think goes in the way and how far there was a sunk in these colonial imperial states in their kind of lack of desire to conceal their colonial crimes.
Yeah, I mean, sort of back to the subject of, I guess, protest that you were kind of talking about a little bit with the March Return.
That will replace some of the brown sugar that you're supposed to put in. So.
Which I've seen the word non being written, I think, more times this week than I ever have in my entire life. But one of the things that it really gets strongest in that is that there is essentially, I mean, from my outside view at least, I'm not really sure what people do because, I mean, well, now as
that is ready. And I got a square pan. I'm gonna put some of it in, and if we have a overstock, I have another one ready.
Because you'll just really treat it essentially the same as a good violence. Somebody takes up arms to somebody who
Yeah,
as an
this will fit.
But it's really I think what strikes me is just so.
It'll puff.
Is that there's almost this lie that there's still a two-state solution that's going to happen, and only Palestinians are ready to themselves. So the Israeli government has acted in the exact opposite direction for the entire history, but really for especially in the past few decades. With the issue of settlements, there's this whole thing about usually at least land for peace. The Israelis would go land to achieve peace with the Palestinians. The exact opposite is taking place.
Now just kind of
really with the financial and political support of
flattening or getting it in all the corners.
You live in East Jerusalem. How does this just look on the street? How is this really average person doing it? How does this affect?
I mean, I think it's always useful when talking about Palestine to think of other examples and instances, either contemporary or historical, where similar processes have taken place and similar responses have been elicited from
There we go.
organization. So, I'm going to history geek, so that's why I keep trying to bring in every picture. So I'll give listen to you. But on the, this is
And we are gonna put her in 350, as you can see, and put 55 minutes on her, and 30 minutes in, cover it. That's a good spot, right in the center. Beautiful. Now, it's kind of boring to watch it all bake, but I can put it up like that. Let's see. Okay.
There are lots of soldiers with machine guns on the trams, so that young women look like they're teenagers with huge machine guns that you carry out. You get off the tram in the old city, you go to Damascus Gate, where there are watchtowers everywhere surrounded by cameras. You see soldiers sometimes harassing salespeople, old women who are selling fruit and vegetables on the door of Damascus Gate. Sometimes you walk along, you get shout out awareness within the old city, and then reasonably body cams who stop and search you.
I think I can keep the light on.
Taking their documents, leaving them, waiting next to them for hours for no reason. There are cameras everywhere in the old city watching your every move. Then you might go to the barber shop like I did today, where I heard about sector the discussion is about what road to avoid, where we should and where we shouldn't go. Then you leave the barber shop and you see some settlers who will be spitting on a Christian delegation or written down Christian posters.
Okay. Now we wait.
A few months ago.
Doesn't that look beautiful? And once it browns up, oh, I can smell the blueberries still. That is nice.
So, when you talk about Christian violence, you can't understand it, you understand why the United is so completely saturated. Tell me something good. Good judgment. Improper disposal of land, discharging a fire on the city limits, and moving one from bottom. Go ahead. Call me a consul. What do you want? You know, I actually looked at the stats on custody and those. Tower here, right? Fuck the ball.
Let's see. I'll give Pape some. Pape, you want the junk pancakes? You want it? Sit. Sit. Shake. Yeah. Oh, you love pantywans. Yeah, you do. Come here. Come here. Pape. Sit. Shake. Down. Down. Up and down. Down. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. Oh, there you go. That's a smart girl. And catch.
Okay, gents. So your brake lights come twice. You know we got a clean hand to hand.
You better please all your trash, Poppy. I don't want to pick it up after you.
Sure, I'll have 20 radio cars back in service at the end of the week.
Better get my own anchor way back. Maybe the first communion together, somebody else. So, what else do you need?
Okay. Might end it and do a part 2 because it's kind of boring watching something just sit and bake. Okay. Be back in a bit.